Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. In the last episode, we built this new and improved kitchen. Um, I just realized I need to run the cooling loop. But anyways, we have infinite food storage in here. You could see. Well, let's see. Did it ever actually? I put on here that they should put bleach stone in here just so we can get a little bit of chlorine because originally, I wasn't going to do that, because I was worried with the one over here that the temperature would transfer out, but obviously, since they're fully sealed in, it won't matter. Um, and it'll help transfer temperature to the, food itself even faster. But we built this, we have infinite food storage, as these freeze. It does look like we may I'm pretty sure this will be able to keep up, but we're obviously cooking and putting a lot of hot food into here. Um, so we'll see. I think once we let this steady out for a while, it should um, stabilize at the proper temperatures. This one's deep frozen. This one's just a little bit under deep frozen, but we'll see. Um, so I'm really happy with how this is working, and there's we now have basically we have infinite food. We have all the oxygen we could ever need for up to 32 dupes. Um, And so we're good to start expanding out our number of dupes. And I think what we're going to do today, the next big thing on the horizon is going to space. Um, that is what we're working towards now. We were just working towards getting more dupes. Now we're working towards going to space finally. I think, though, what we're going to do in this episode, and it might be more than one episode because there's a lot of this that we need to do, is true proper cleaning of the base. Like here, you can see the water level in this storage tank super low. This one has polluted water in it for some reason. All of this has natural tiles and random star knuckles and stuff. We're dropping meat into the old kitchen. Down in the abyss, we have all this random mixed water and oil and all of that. And we still have volcanoes untapped, and we still have parts of the map undiscovered. It's cycle 808. We need to catch back up to where I think we should be at. And now that we have dupes, power, or has more dupes, we have all the oxygen we could ever need, we have all the food we could ever need, and we have um all the power we could ever need. I think we can finally start getting around to doing it. So that's the goal for today's episode is we're gonna start cleaning and preparing to have this map ready and done so we can go to space and not worry about it at all. So that's what I'm going to work on first. I think we're going to work on moving this so that it actually properly automatically drops into the food storage bin and not onto a random floor in the middle of some room. And there it goes. The meat is getting automatically sent straight up into here, into our ingredient storage. Still a vacuum. Not gotten any bleach stone. These are even level 6. I'm surprised. Weird. Okay. Are we low on? We are. No. Hmm. Interesting. I have 15 kcals of nigiri, and in here I only have 3 or almost 4 kgs. Does that count? Is that the equivalent of that much? It might be a really energy dense food. Anyways, we just need to just a lot of cooking that they need to do right now. So, all right. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade this to a banquet hall. I believe I can do that pretty easily. I do need an ornament, whatever it says displayed ornament. I need to figure out what that even is. Okay, I figured out what an ornament is because the game has categories on the pedestal, thankfully. And somewhere I found a sink, which counts as an ornament, so I can actually make this room a banquet hall. And we just have these communal tables, and then I'm going to put in some nice other. Well, wait, is it even worth it to put more decor in here? No, it's all max decor. through the entire thing. Just from carpeted tile. Oh, really? I had no idea. Wait, how much decor does this? That's 22 decor? Hold on. Wait a minute. Really? I built this out of... Yeah, okay. Guessing... Oh, this wasn't even built out of granite. I... Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could build it. I could build more of these in a few different places. It's just, it does slow their run speed, but like in here, why not, right? Like, although our diamond window tile is better. Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Okay, well, that's a level of optimization that I'll get to eventually. Space. But for right now, let's. I'm gonna go find something else to work on. All right. I am going to. The next thing I'm going to do is put in a sweep only all conveyor loader here. And I'm gonna make this the highest priority just so they don't go to one of these bins. Just because we kind of need to concentrate all of the mass in one place. We have so much debris all over the map, and building constant storage bins sucks. So we're gonna just put it in one spot. 2 tiles down, so hopefully the dupes don't ever stand right here, because if they do, it's going to be like minus 10 billion decor on that one spot. Also, another duplicate, perhaps? I already have so many like, strength dupes. I need, like, I think I need another cook. And I don't know what else. We'll find out. These are still vacuums. I'm still surprised no one has gotten around to delivering bleach stone yet. I know it's on the map somewhere. Okay, maybe it's not on the map. You sure? Huh. I don't know. Oh, there's an actual idle loop. Ow. Okay, well, anyways, we're gonna... Is this done? This is done. Okay. I'm gonna do a low priority sweep command of the entire central core of the base. So, here we go. We just have this low priority sweep command. It's just gonna happen in the background of this episode. There's a lot of debris that needs to be dumped in here. And like I said, hopefully no one ever goes and stands on this spot. It's gonna be pretty bad right there. The decor up here will be nice though, because it's right next to the wood tiles. But yeah, so that's going to happen here. And now I think I'm going to fill this liquid tank back up because I don't particularly want the beasts to die in here. I might actually just rip this out and move it somewhere, fix the actual ranch, because this is so bad. This is such a bad ranch. Our newer ranches, these ones are so much better. This does have some slight problems here or there. Just we have sometimes we accidentally get like a mixing of critters because we mixed the two in here, but it's not that big of a deal. This, I'm gonna fill it back up. This has still never gotten up to temperature. Very funny. But we're gonna fix this now. So, let me go find some water somewhere. I don't know. Okay, so we should have a pretty good amount of water in here for a little bit longer. I think I am still going to rebuild this ranch somewhere. Probably near where our other ranches are. My goodness, what happened here? How are there so many ore holes outside of the... Why are there none left in here? Wait, okay, so this is green. Are we storing 7 of 8 critters? And this one's also green. We need a, yeah, we need sequine. The sequine is a different problem because, the milking station had to turn off first before these guys could start dropping their eggs back in here. So, this will be fine, but it's like, I think they just keep coming along and then they never get around to actually dropping them off. And so they all just break out of the bag eventually, and they just flop across here and down and did this space. So I guess we've got a bunch of ore holes that are just free. I don't really care as long as they eventually get around to moving someone in here. Yeah, okay. Catalina's moving this one, it looks like. There she is. Okay. We're actually going to move them? Okay, great. They took every single one of them out. Okay, well, they can just live down here for until they starve eventually and die. There's no nori, so not my problem. Crazy. They took every single one of them out. Okay. Well, anyways, these guys they're gonna live a happy life in this mixed water tank. So yeah, like I was saying, we're gonna put the fish down here somewhere. Most likely, maybe like here or down here after I clean it up. I think that'll probably be our next task. Just task after task. Pressure damage? Really? How much pressure is here? It's not really that much pressure. This is why rubber tiles exist. We're going to, I guess, replace all this with rubber tile. Or we'll just let it break and we'll remove it. Anyways, onto moving it, like, right now. The beacons have reached containment. The pressure damage finally broke. And we got salt water out now. Oh, it looks like, did this finally? Yeah, this got finished. Oops. Poor fish. Not my problem. I mean, it is my problem, but not my problem. Anyways, I'm gonna rebuild this beacon ranch now. Over here. Probably, yeah, right here. Okay. Once again, waiting for, well, an autosave, but also waiting for the liquid tank here to fill up. So, I guess I could describe a little bit while we wait. You could see here that this would be the actual ranch size right here. But since aquatic ranches are based not on the liquid or on the volume of the room and rather just how much water it is, like you can see here, it's based on pool size and not necessarily room size. Um, at least I'm pretty sure. If it is, then we'll just like cut off the top part and we'll condense it down. But the bottom layer is all going to be these wide hydroponic farms, and we're going to have the blue corals in here, and that'll produce the oxygen for the beacons. Also in the background, while I was building that liquid tank, I built a very long ladder all the way up the left side of the map. Every time I record a clip, an autosave happens. So now we can see all of this side of the map, and we discovered this saltwater geyser here. It erupts just salt water, obviously, at 95 degrees. And, you know, I forgot about, there was like 15 episodes ago, I discovered these water geysers here. And I said I was going to build like a tank to start storing the water. Here's the other one. Yeah, I forgot about those. So pretty soon, because we're doing all this cleaning, I'm gonna tap into all of these. All of these are hot water geysers, and we'll probably just, well, I mean, this is clean water. It's just gonna be 95 degrees, so it'll basically be the equivalent of this tank over here. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I mean, hey, more water is more water, right? I could always pump it into the oxygen maker over here, but we're doing fine on water for that too, so I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We don't need it, but I'm going to still tap into all of them anyways. This will be more salt for our slogos as well once we desalinate it. But yeah, so we got that going on over here. We're going to go up to this tile, and then we're going to be... Actually, wait a minute. No, I think we're done actually here. Reason being, once we put in the hydroponic tiles along the bottom here, then it'll push all the water up one tile, and we want this to be a layer of oxygen for our slogos. So, see, this is not a... oh, duh, I don't have anything ranch related in here. Anyways, I'm going to turn these off now, and we're going to build the ranch itself. sometimes while building these different rooms, just it feels so nice. It feels like they did design these things to actually work. I need 6 Starnacle to support the 12 beacons that can live in here. Um, and well, if it's perfectly across this size of room, just so nice. And then you could fit 4 wide hydroponic farms right below. Um, thing is though, I will still probably put fluke coral in here. Um, but here's the thing. Fluke coral take 20 kgs of salt water per cycle, and I don't really have a lot of salt water over on this side of the map. Um, like at all. Um, I have my liquid tanks, and I could and will probably end up plumbing over um the salt water from here. The thing is, I'm feeling a tiny bit lazy today, and so I think what I'm going to do is actually just bring over one of these 2 oxygen lines from our actual oxygen production up here, and I'm just going to put a gas vent right here in the top row, and our that'll be our oxygen supply for the beacons. And then this here, this is the Starnacle, and hello? Okay. There we go. So I'm going to hold off on putting the blue coral in for now, but I will eventually. And then what I need to do is put in all the ranching stuff so that we can actually get, you know, this stuff done. Man, this really broke over here. Anyways, uh, I'm just gonna finish the ranch. Okay, so unfortunately, it is too big. Still, it's difficult to get the 96 tiles of water for the pool size, but not get the size of the room too small. I think I'm going to try and do maybe. I know this gets in the way of these hydroponic tiles, and so that will need to be redesigned if we want to use them. But I'm going to try to put mesh tiles right along the bottom here. Wow, that's okay. Uh, Very interesting. I'm gonna try to put mesh tiles along the bottom, and so the pool size should still count as 96 tiles, but the room size will count as well, also 96 tiles, and not over. Let's see if this works, and if it does, then well, we'll have to figure out something else out with these hydroponic tiles. Um, well, that sure did work. Stable, it's 96 tiles, and the pool size is also 96 tiles. So I'm gonna put this to auto, the door to auto here, and just need these star knuckles to be planted, and then I need to put in all the automation for taking the eggs out of this room automatically and put them somewhere. Maybe I'll put them in with all these glow squids over here, or not, perhaps. It's going to be a small room like this, though. It's just going to be a tiny little box, probably like right here, maybe. Fill these tiles with water, and that'll be it. They don't need a lot. The overflow area does not. Okay, so here's the ranch. Same old design that I've been using for the past ones. Very similar to this, with the food inside the ranch that gets fed via auto sweepers. And then the most special thing is we just have this layer of oxygen up here at the top. There's a little bit of polluted oxygen. I'm trying to get rid of it if dupes ever decide to get around to doing that. But besides the point, they can go and they breathe this oxygen. They have the grooming station, and then any excess eggs, like you just saw there, get put onto this conveyor rail and dumped into this side little room here. We already have a lot of beacon eggs because these guys, they have very fast reproduction cycles, 97% a cycle. So it's almost like an egg a day. And we will eventually have 12 critters in here. You can see the coquina just got put in to here. And yeah, that's this done. I'll tear this out eventually. I'm not in a big rush. These guys literally don't. There's one Starnackle in here, and so I'm not too particularly worried about them. Um, so yeah. And I think for today, that's where I'm going to leave this episode with this ranch built, and then we did a few other minor things in the background, like the shaft over here, and I don't know if I ever showed I upgraded this, but it's more efficient for dupes to dump into storage bins directly because they can put a lot more, they can carry a lot more at once. Um, and so I put in these buffer storage bins, and then we have an auto sweeper constantly loading it into these conveyor loaders to dump into our infinite storage area. I'm sure there's a more efficient way to do this, but I don't really care. It's good enough, and you can see most of the base has actually been swept up over the course of this episode. Um, so I'm happy enough with it. And then obviously all the decor is like it's really bad right here. So, but no dupe is ever gonna stand right here, pretty much, or at least they shouldn't ever. Um, there's a little bit of off gassing happening, but I think because of whatever this nuclear waste is here, whatever that nothing's gonna off gas in this spot. So I'm not that fussed about it. Kitchen is still doing great. The chlorine did eventually get in here. I don't know if I showed that either. So if anything had germs on it, it would die pretty quickly in here. Chlorine kills most germs almost instantly. And you can see we're constantly cooking. We're almost up to 2 million kcals of food. We're doing pretty good on food. This I have set to be sushi roll and nigiri, and then this is just anything. So that if for some reason we run out of sushi rolls or something, then it will autofill with other random foods, and the dupes always have something to eat, even if it's not good, the best for their morale. And then they have their good morale foods in here. Idle dupes. Why? I think I need to fix this because the ammo suits have been dropping onto the ground. Because they come back if they come back two at the same time, and docks are full, then they will just straight up drop them onto the ground here because they could have left from this exit and then circled all the way around, which is infuriating. It's really annoying to deal with that, and so that's why you might notice that I put a door up here and I stopped them from going past here just because we're temporarily turning off this dock. I should undock all these suits and take them, but we need to figure out a better way. You just can't do two exits to a base, even if there is this clearancy vacancy thing, which I have down here too. If two come back at the same time, they don't care and they override, unless it's set to. Wow, I'm dumb. I was just going on about that long tangent there, like explaining. I had it. I thought that because it said clearance vacancy down here, that's what it was on, and I never read the status that said vacancy only up here at the top. Oh my goodness, Okay, ignore me. I'm an idiot. But it should now be fixed, and we actually can have two entrances and exits to the base. Oh my goodness. Wow, I'm dumb. Okay, anyways, so that's fixed. I need to make sure that there's suits in every dock at some point somehow, but yeah. Anyways, enough rambling at the end of the episode. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you all next time.